I'm from a place in southeast London, a little place called Sydenham. Then I moved to Forest Hill. So I grew up there, spent a lot of my teenage years there. I'm originally from Barbados and Jamaica by way of heritage, born and bred in the UK. I have 5 siblings, 3 sisters, 2 of which are from my dad. I have 2 brothers also from my dad. We grew up in separate households. Me and my sister from my mum, we grew up together. Have a very close relationship. I helped raise her when she was younger, which was a very good experience for me. I'm the oldest within my family. Helping with the kids and little cousins and stuff has always been something that I've been very good at. So I think that's where my affiliation with children came from. I've always been around children from an early age. Growing up, you know, being from a council estate, we would get up to, I wouldn't say exactly mischief, but we would get up to the usual actions of a kid of around, you know, 10 to 15 would. You'd be hanging around the shops, you know, hanging in the blocks and stuff like that. I wouldn't necessarily consider myself one of the badder children that I grew up with, but, you know, I wasn't an angel at the same time. I wouldn't class myself as a ringleader, but I was definitely someone that, you know, was popular amongst his peers, and I think that a lot of people that grew up with me would have good things to say about me in terms of, you know, how I conducted myself when I was younger. Never scared for a scrap if I needed to, especially being from London. You know, when we was younger, we used to get into to little fights here and there. But apart from that, you know, I grew up kind of unscathed. I didn't really have to go through many traumatic experiences. You know, I got through it. Growing up in Sydenham and Forest Hill, it taught me a lot. I learned a lot about being street savvy, street smart, you know, different cultures as well, which was really good for me. That helped me later on in life as I lived in so many different places after that. When I was about, I would say, 10, I never knew about football like all the other kids. I weren't really interested in football. And he kind of took me through the ropes. He was very good at football at the time. And then from there, my love just grew. I went on to play for a local team. From there, you know, I started learning the ropes. I got coaching, started playing with the other kids that were playing for a lot longer. And yeah, that's where the love of football came from. And then I went on to go to college. I went to a college, Bromley College to be exact, for further education. And we took the football into kind of like the scholarship level, which was a lot more serious. And then off into men's football. I was a late developer as well, so I remember my coach Tony always used to tell me how could I be so big and not so strong, because I was quite tall and skinny when I was younger. So that was one of the lessons that I had to learn from football very early. Playing as a striker was to hold off the defenders, and I think that's where I had to discover my inner aggression. Especially when it came to men's football, because they didn't care what age you was, they were going to throw you around anyway. So yeah, I had to start experiencing gym life and lifting my own body weight and push-ups and stuff like that. My aunts were also very active. I remember my aunt Susan, she was like the first person to teach me how to do a push-up. And that was kind of like our regiment in the evening, was making sure I did my push-ups and sit-ups because I wanted abs like her. So all of these things are kind of what shaped me and my football at an early age. That was me as a kid. Moving into the teenage years when things started to get a little bit more serious,